Hello there, a warm welcome to Business Startup Show, a show dedicated to projecting young businesses and young business leaders who are creating disruptive economies. You know what I mean by disruptive economies pretty shortly. My name is Ep.1, and on today's show, I have a very inspiring young business leader. He's done tremendous things so far, even though he's been in the industry for just a little bit of a time. I'll be introducing you to him right after this break. Are you looking for where to invest your money for the best return? Hub is a forex fund management company which trades on the biggest markets in the world, the forex market. At Hub, we make sound analysis of the markets and trade.
Our offer, My Share Account, a pooled fund which offers you 5% monthly return on your invested amount. Multi-account manager account. This is a managed account which gives you full control over your funds and offers you up to 10% monthly return on invested capital.
Well, get on board and discover the amazing returns the forex market has to offer. Abroad.
We promise, we deliver. Welcome back from the break. If you've sent an SMS, if you've searched a classified, if you've signed on to an event, or if you've actually used a mobile payment solution, it's very likely that you've used one of the products and or services of the man I'm going to interview. He is the co-founder of Encodev Labs in the person of Alfred Rowe.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, sir, and thanks for gracing our show.
You're welcome.
Encodev Labs, right? It's a software engineering company,
yes,
of course, based here in Accra, Ghana. You say you are made up of a small, powerful team, and your focus is what? Developing solutions primarily focused on Africa. Did you always know that you're going to be a co-founder of a company doing something like this?
Yes. I have a technology background. I started developing software at a very young age, and I've always had passion of doing stuff for our local people and how technology affects businesses and individuals. So even at a tender age, I knew really my stay was in Africa, and my focus was in Africa. So when I started a company, it was basically to focus building solutions targeted at people of Africa.
So you say you had a tech background.
Yes.
Run us through your background a little.
Yes, I would say I moved over at a very tender age of 8 to live with my uncle, who at the time had a computer. So I had access to computers at a very early stage, and he had a very good book on computing. It was called the Rouse Waters Whiz Guide to Computers, and this book explained all areas in computing for me very easily. So at a very tender stage, I knew what I wanted to become. I wanted to become a software developer.
Your uncle here in Ghana or outside?
Yes, he's here in Ghana. He was an engineer, so yes. So from that, even before I went to SS, I was writing software on my PC at home. I destroyed the PC several times, learned a lot from it. So after SS, I decided to...
Where did you go to senior high school?
I went to Pope John Secondary School. Yes, it's now Pope John Senior High. Yeah, and after Pope John, I moved into to get professional software development skill at NIT, where after which I taught there for a year, also teaching Java and C++. And I was their youngest faculty then. I was 19 at a stage. Yeah.
So you knew all along that you were going to end in a tech,
Yes, and even and I was. It was always about building a company to do something, but I always needed the skill, and every opportunity that was thrown at me, I weighed it with where I was and took the opportunity. Money wasn't the motivation. So when I was even at NIT, my first, real software company that I worked for, Interface Technologies, when a friend of mine told me about them, I asked him about their, website, and I checked them out, and I was like, I have to work in this company. And their first salary over the first year was even lower than what I was taking at NIT. But I still moved into the company. And I can say that was why I harnessed most of my software development skills. We built internet banking systems. We built intranets for large companies like PW. We did stuff for Fidelity Bank. We did stuff for Cow Bank and all that. So that actually gave me a very rich foundation until I started my own company. Yeah.
So money was not at that time your motivation?
No, money wasn't.
Is it now?
It's still not. I like to believe that if you do anything great, anything that solves a problem, money is just a default result of what you get, even though, but it's gratifying to see that your solution touches a lot of people's lives, and that's what has become our new slogan: building solution that touches lives. So it's nice to see that your solution actually changes businesses, your solution gives businesses the edge, and you still try to make something out of that.
All right, so let's run through some of the products Encodev Labs, you guys have come out with.
Yes.
For the benefits of the viewers home.
Yes.
You have Empower Payments, which is a Ghana-made, simple and seamless online payment app.
Yes.
Won 5 awards, including Top App of the Year at the second Top App Awards.
Yes.
I've used Empower. In fact, I think it's a forerunner when it comes to mobile payment system in Ghana.
Yes.
How did the idea come about?
There's always been a challenge in the tech field, and not only the tech field, for businesses. They've not found a way to make money using the internet. And this is what has grown the Western industries. If you look online, beyond the internet, the ability to charge your customers for services or products without having to get physical contact with them has been what has exploded the tech industries out there. And if you look at our local scenario here, it's a big challenge for businesses and even developers. That is why we don't have developers being able to even monetize quickly when they build. They have an idea, because at the end of the day, the issue is about payment. And one other issue that we had with the current systems that was around was that even though these payments existed, it was not flexible enough, and it didn't provide what we call APIs, flexible enough for third-party integration. So these were key areas that we focused really on Empower. And Empower just tries to aggregate a lot of bespoke payment systems, makes it very fluid for anybody who integrates with it. Yes.
So the Empower Payments integrates all city-based electronic payment systems, including mobile money,
yes, and
ATM cards, yes, and links them to both online and offline merchants.
Offline merchants, yes,
in a way that enables users to make payments for goods and services online without exposing their details to cyber criminals.
Yes.
When you proposed the idea, at the first instance, what was the reception you got?
There was an event, a hackathon in 2011 called Garage 48, which I was part of. And before the hackathon starts, people were allowed to pitch, and then form groups around the pitch. So that was where I spoke about it. I've been talking about payment for a long time, but publicly, that was the first time I had spoken about it publicly. So then I named it the Unified Payment System, and the idea was that there were too many bespoke payment systems around. If you're a business trying to automate your business online, you needed this account, you needed that account, you need about 10 different payment accounts, and there should be a way businesses would only own one account and not bother about all the accounts that they needed to own. Okay, so that was how the idea started. But at the event, I didn't get any group members to join me harvest this idea. So after Garage 48, I spent about 6 months building one of our products, GetFeatured.biz. That was our classified system. And after building it, I decided to build a payment platform. So that was where together with partners that I've already been working with, SMSGH, we sat down, thought about it, and they also thought it was a great idea. So we marketed it under one of their brands that they already had called Empower. So the unified payment systems became Empower. And after a year of development, we released it, I think, November 2012. Yeah.
1 year of development. It takes a lot. A lot goes into this, right?
Yes.
Working with the banks and all that. Or
Yes,
you didn't work with the banks directly?
Initially, we didn't work with them directly because we didn't need to. Yes, because of how the idea was, we didn't need initially. Yes, even though there were some key stakeholders in there. Yes. So we started Empower November 2012 and released it late 2013. Yes.
All right. So you mentioned getfeatured.biz. Actually,
Yes.
it's one of the. I've used it before,
Oh,
and I
okay.
like it.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting, you know,
Yes.
the way you get all these updates, and it's cool.
Yes.
So how did that idea also come by?
Getfeatured.biz was built out of the need to find a way to structure data. What we found across was, in Encodev Labs, we have a very huge background in web development. And what we found out was that data wasn't presented to users in interesting ways that could make sense to them. So it's just a simple classifieds website which has a big web crawler behind it. So the website self-aggregates itself. I mean, it sits there and it grows, even though people could add data to it. So what GetFeatured primarily does is that it breaks data into interesting ways. You could find jobs by just being on a huge map and looking at specifying your location and looking at jobs within that location and all that. So that is basically what GetFeatured was about. And GetFeatured provides data for one of the biggest SMS alerts platforms, Jump Phone.
Yes.
Yes. So most of the job alerts from Jump Phone is also powered by GetFeatured. Yes.
And you also have another product of yours, Ego Tickets.
Yes. Ego Tickets is currently our leading product that we're really pushing out, and it's supposed to solve the issue around eventing, organizing events. There's a myriad of issues around organizing an event, from pushing it online, getting your attendees, ticket management, accounting issues and all that. So Ego Tickets.
Let me cut you here.
Yes.
Let me cut you here before we get into the events proper.
Yes.
I told you that this guy is actually doing so much. He's worked on Empire, GetFeatured.biz, which is a classified search engine, and also he's working on the Ego Tickets. Now, I'd want to delve more into Ego Tickets because that's where my interest is, but we'll do that right after the break.
Are you looking for where to invest your money for the best return? Hebron is a forex fund management company which trades on the biggest markets in the world, the forex market. At Hebron, we make sound analysis of the markets and trade.
Our offer, My Share Account, a pooled fund which offers you 5% monthly return on your invested amount. Multi-account manager account. This is a managed account which gives you full control over your funds and offers you up to 10% monthly return on invested capital.
So get on board and discover the amazing returns the forex market has to offer. Hebron.
We promise, we deliver.
All right, you're welcome back from the break. If you just joined us, interviewing Alfred Rowe. Alfred Rowe is a co-founder and CTO of Encodev Labs. They have some amazing products, including Empire, GetFeatured.biz, and Ego Tickets. And before we went on the break, I was asking him why they went into ticketing. So he was trying to explain to us what the event organizers are going through, the problems they are going through.
Yes. Eventing is a huge industry. I mean, any gathering that you send notes out and all that is an event. If a child is born, it's an event. If you're having a wedding, it's an event. But you always need to worry about who is coming, who is not. You are not too sure. You want to have a budget to know, okay, I'm getting maybe this average number of people coming, to prepare towards that budget. And all these things are huge issues around events. So as a software, what we call a development company, we look at areas in technology, how we could use it to affect certain industries. So we came up with Ego Tickets. So Ego Tickets is primarily an online e-ticketing service. It basically helps you to organize events, whether free or paid events, and you don't have to pay for anything. If it's a free event, you can just use our platform and put your free event there, and then you can even share it on your social network and have all that. But one of the key features about Ego Tickets, if it's a free event and you put your event there, is that you'll be able to gather data. Your attendees could be able to register for your event, and you could be able to have data. And this is one of the things that a lot of organizers here don't focus on. We take too much manual data, which gets lost. People need to retype. Emails are written wrongly. Numbers are typed out wrongly and all that. So next time you want to contact these attendees, you have issues of contacting them. But Ego Tickets allows your attendees to do that on their own. And it doesn't stop there. It sends them their e-tickets, which everybody has their own code with their e-ticket. They could print it. Depending on looking at the part of the world that we are also in, we deal a lot with mobile. So we also have an SMS, ticket that your attendees receive when they come. And if it's an event that you need to validate people before they come, we also have a mobile application that allows you to validate these tickets before they enter.
So how is Ego Tickets different from other, I know of some events and ticketing websites, I don't want to mention names, but how is it different from them?
Yes, for starters, we deliver well. We've been building web software not today, so we have a very robust platform. And secondly, Ego Tickets is focusing on Africa. Other platforms focus on the Western world, even though you can list your event if you are in Africa. One of the key features of Ego Tickets is that if I'm an organizer and I'm in Ghana or I'm in Nigeria and I'm organizing an event and it's a paid event and I put it on Ego, you could receive your money just 3 days after the close of the sale.
3 days after
the close of the sale. That is because Ego Tickets is within your jurisdiction. But if you do it on one of these websites that is outside our jurisdiction, it's difficult getting the money down. Sometimes you need to even have an account over there in those jurisdictions before you can even set up simple things like your event online. And
so I understand that the payment system used on Ego Tickets is obviously Empower.
Yes, it's definitely Empower.
But do we have a lot of people? Well, okay, I said there's a research which says that more than 15,000 people signed on.
Yes, I mean, one of the huge beneficiaries of Empower is Voto Mobile, Roverman Productions. I mean, Uncle Lebo sells a lot of tickets online on his own website, which is also powered by Empower. So our primary, mission and vision of touching business lives and individuals. You realize that once there's a clear payment system, businesses are beginning to take advantage of the web. They are beginning to build systems that are targeted at users, and they could charge for it over the web.
So then, I mean, if I want to go to an event, I go to the Ego Tickets website. And how do I use the Empower? I need to have a visa or something, or how do I use it?
With Empower, you don't necessarily need to have an account with Empower to be able to pay. If you have your normal Visa card, your normal MasterCard, Visa Electron.
Do we have a lot of Ghanaians having a lot
Yes, we do. Currently, we have, statistically, we have close to about 4.5 million Ghanaians who have Visa card, Visa and
most
MasterCard.
Of the ATM cards are Visa cards.
Yes, are Visa cards. Yes, Visa Electron cards, and you can use this online clearly to pay for it
with your codes and all that, right?
Yes, I mean small codes.
Yes, I mean talking about security here.
Yes.
How do you make sure that you don't breach their security?
Exactly. Security is a huge issue. We take that very seriously. Ego Tickets and Empower Payment, we don't store card details. There's something we adhere to. We don't store. It's entrenched in how we do our work. We don't store it. We have regulators who also check what we do on regular basis.
Kind of regulators?
Well, when you do payment systems and you have to do Visa and all that, you need certain licensing, and every licensing comes with its what you call it, regulations and all that.
Okay.
So we adhere to all these things.
So if I shouldn't have any doubt whatsoever if I'm going to make a payment using
not at
Empower,
all, not at all.
because over the years you guys have shown to be credible.
Yes.
No breach of contract in any form.
Not at all.
So I can buy my ticket on Ego Ticket using Empower.
Empower, yes.
Is it the only payment platform that you use?
No, you could buy using an Empower account, or because with an Empower account you can transfer money via your bank account into it. So you can buy using your Empower account. You can buy using your
money from your account by a click.
Not really.
How do you transfer?
You do that manually, because we are looking at people who, for one reason or the other, don't have cards or MTN mobile money, and they need to do transactions online. So these people manually have to what do you call it? Transfer money into an Empower account.
How do they do it manually? How?
No, they can do it via check. They can do it via their bank wire transfer directly from their bank.
All right, so it's time now to take some questions, and we're out of time, so I'll take one question, which I think has been running through our Facebook questions on the Business Startup Show page on Facebook, and it's Joel Insia is asking. He's heard that you charge as much as 10% on each transaction on the Empower payment platform. Is that the case?
That is totally false. Empower payments, our transaction fees are 3.5%, and it's also not on all transactions. When transactions happen within Empower, it has no additional charges. When you withdraw from Empower to your mobile wallet or to your bank, we charge 3.5% of that, which is even under review, where we want to just charge a certain fixed amount when your cash goes over a certain threshold. Yes. So 10% is definitely 3.5%.
The kind of things that goes into it. So no, Joel and Sia, they are not paying. They are not charging as much as 10% on your transaction. So Empower is not an expensive platform. Take that out of your minds.
Are you looking for where to invest your money for the best return? Ep.1 is a forex fund management company which trades on the biggest markets in the world, the forex market. At Ep.1, we make sound analysis of the markets and trade.
Our offer, My Share Account, a pooled fund which offers you 5% monthly return on your invested amount. Multi-account manager account. This is a managed account which gives you full control over your funds and offers you up to 10% monthly return on invested capital.
So get on board and discover the amazing returns the forex market has to offer. Ep.1.
We promise, we deliver.
So right now we have a video of how the Ego tickets work, so that viewers can appreciate it more as the video is playing. But even as the video is playing, I want you to tell me what you're looking for funding, aren't you?
Yes.
To expand the business, because you are doing so much. You have Empower, you have GetFeatured.biz, you are doing Ego tickets, and I know there are some other projects you have up your sleeves. But what kind of funding are you looking at?
We are looking at general funding in terms of expanding the base of Ego tickets and some of the products that we want to roll out. Well, Ego ticket is not only going to focus on Ghana. We want to focus on Africa. We want Ego tickets needs to become the primary e-ticketing platform in Africa. If you talk about ticketing, it's supposed to be Ego tickets. There should be a time when you could vend tickets from your normal ATM machines. There should be a time you should be able to vend tickets from certain machines. I don't want to, talk about.
So then, if you're talking about Ego tickets in Africa, what payment system? Are you going to partner with other payment systems?
Definitely.
Like M-Pesa and all that?
In South Africa right now, what payment system works there is what Ego tickets will use, so that people within that country can have access to the service. So those are the sort of investments that we want. And not only in terms of monetary investment, we also want an investor that has that technology background that marries into our vision. Because we believe it's a long haul, and how tech companies thrive on, sometimes it's a mystery. Like for instance, Twitter is evaluated at $1 billion, cap. Yet they make about $500 million losses. You understand me? So it's difficult for investors who are not technology focus to be in this kind of venture. So we need investors who have the mindset and the capital to also.
So moving forward, how do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
In the next 3 to 5 years, Encodev Labs will be a company that inspires other companies. I believe technology industry, for it to grow, it shouldn't be one or two huge companies in there. It should be a cluster of technology companies. And one of the issues I had with the industry while I was growing up was that there was no, large tech industry locally that you could look up to and want to become like that tech industry. We want Encodev Labs to reach heights that people in school, kids who aspire to become software developers, who aspire to become technology.
So you want to have a school and to have a training school? I think you should. I mean, if you are setting the pace in all this industry, it's fair. And you're looking for scouts and you're not getting scouts. So you could actually set up a school that...
Definitely you are empowering a lot of businesses. And I must say, speaking to you, I see somebody who really knows what he's about and really knows where he's getting to, has done his homework well, research, and know the terrain that he's got himself into and how to assail all the obstacles that will be coming his way. And I would say that I would wish you nothing but the best in your endeavor, that you succeed in Ego Tickets. Of course, I'm going to be a user of the platform, and I pray that viewers at home will also use that platform, Ego Tickets, and all other products from the Encodev Labs. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So once again, I was speaking to Alfred Rowe, a very inspiring young leader in the tech industry. I like to call him a techpreneur, because with his outfit, Encodev Labs, they've been able to come out with products such as Empire payment systems, such as GetFeatured.biz, and such as Ego Tickets, which has been mostly the topic of our discussion today. If you want to know more about the company, just go onto their website, which you can see on our crawlers right now, or the contact details on our crawlers right now. It's been a pleasure as always coming to you from here, the Hub Accra, Osu. I'm looking forward to meeting you same time next week. Remember, Business Startup Show is brought to you by Ibon Invest. It's a forex fund management company which promises you very good returns on your money. It's also supported by AB Review, a media research and creative solutions company. Go onto their website to get more information on them. Till I come your way next week, my name is Abel Akwe. Be inspired to do.